Dr. Umar was right. We can't rehabilitate everybody. Some of these people gotta be put down for good. Had a conversation with a coworker yesterday. I said, "What, you in the comic books? You in the anime, any type like that?" Bro didn't say Hunter x Hunter. He didn't say Naruto, One Piece, Bleach. Bro said Isekai. Anything Isekai. He said some type of like black prominence or something like that. I don't even remember what he said. But when he said Isekai, I said, you know what, let me give bro the benefit of the doubt, right? Let me not judge him too quickly, because he had a certain look, right? And when he said Isekai, it wasn't helping him. He had that look. And I said, oh, you mean like ReZero? Peak, right? I was like, oh man, ReZero, one of them ones. He said, oh, well, what about Shield Hero? I said, oh, yeah, I seen that one. Look, here's my whole thing with Isekai that you got to understand is like, Isekai, that genre, caters to an audience that's like incels, for lack of a better word. Like, I mean, I guess that is the word. Incels and losers, for real. Like, it basically pushes that narrative of, if I was able to restart, if I was able to get a second chance and be ahead of everybody else, ahead in life, I would be able to be successful. I would be a hero. Everybody would love me, right? And I actually liked Shield Hero when it first came out. But when you get older and you start seeing things differently, it's like, I started looking at it from a different lens. And I was like, this isn't any different from any of the other isekais. And that kind of like hurt, because I thought Shield Hero was gonna tackle the isekai genre a little differently, and be like something for the isekai genre to kind of, okay, we being for real. Because that's another thing. Isekais to me feel lazy. They feel like, oh, we have to rely on genre tropes of fantasy to kind of carry our story, because we couldn't build a world that was creative enough to begin with, like One Piece or Naruto. So instead, we just have to put a regular guy from the human world into a video game type stuff, or fantasy movie tropes. And I mean, too, you can kind of see it coming when you have characters named Melty. Like, when you look at Naofumi, he's a good guy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him as a protagonist, but at the same time, the audience that love isekais and come to watch isekais think they're Naofumi, and they're not. They know somebody in their life that was like the Lancer guy or something, somebody that they were jealous and envy of because they were quote unquote better, because they were higher in this like social hierarchy in high school or middle school or whatever, and they resent them for that. They look at women kind of through this lens of being an object. And so when that one girl comes up with that false sexual assault claims, the incels are all over that, bro, because they want to villainize a woman for being the victim. And though I think male sexual assault should be portrayed just as much as women's sexual assault, like that they both happen, and that there are people that will have false claims of sexual assault, right? That happens against athletes, black athletes, whole nother conversation, right? I think those are all true. But when you're looking at this isekai and what it's being used for this audience, for this demographic, it just kind of reinforces their beliefs that are rooted in patriarchy and like sexualism. I mean, you're sexist, and you just want people to say, yeah, bro, here you go, you're a good guy for being sexist, kind of like. And Raftalia too is like, oh, Naofumi gave her a better life, he treated her good, and she was a slave. Again, Raftalia was almost this object for Naofumi to get. And though he treated her as an equal, again, Naofumi's not a bad guy, the target audience thinks they're not bad guys either. And to say, oh, I took you out of this bad situation, you should be thanking me and praising me, is not how you should be looking at a relationship with another woman. I gotta break this up into parts, bro. This is getting too long, but yeah, anybody ever talk about being an Isekai fan or anybody ever put them in their top 3, stay away from them, bro. Those are dangerous people.